The thing is, I was going to talk about life extension because it's Thursday. I did them. Used to be Friday, but now it's Thursday, so there's a day in between fictional things. Because one day is Venus Days, and then Friday is March, yeah. Anyway, so I was going to talk about life extension, but Susan Baker kind of took over a bit. I think these days of social isolation, it's important to get her stuff up for her to talk or to articles in the below. I mean, this whole thing came up after a bunch of reading on life extension, and lots of points came up. Like Susan Baker talks about them a bit. She's pretty down on exercise and such. And I personally believe the exercise is probably quite key. And her big point was the social, healthy social life is key. And that's the point that she's making. I have to tell the story of my Uncle Charlie. He's my namesake, because my name's William Charles Meikle. Charles is my middle name. And my Uncle Charlie moved to Hawaii and built himself a swimming pool and swims 100 nights a day. He's still alive. All his brothers and sisters are dead. But he goes on because he gets life extension back to his brother. I can tell. I mean, I think I'm probably biased against socializing as that thing. But that's probably because I moved to the woods and lived in pretty much that place. And we'll have to see whether that's a factor. I mean, yeah, I think I am including this because I am fascinated by it. It's kind of
stories, along with the science that underpins them, prompted me to ask myself some questions too, such as, when am I going to die and how can I put that day off? And as you will see, the answer is not what we expect. Julianne Holt-Lunstad is a researcher at Brigham Young University, and she addressed this very question in a series of studies of tens of thousands of middle-aged people, much like this audience here. And she looked at every aspect of their lifestyle, their diet, their exercise, their marital status, how often they went to the doctor, whether they smoked or drank, etc. She recorded all of this, and then she and her colleagues sat tight and waited for 7 years to see who would still be breathing. And of the people left standing, what reduced their chances of dying the most? That was her question. So let's now look at her data in summary, going from the least powerful predictor to the strongest, okay? So clean air, which is great, it doesn't predict how long you will live. Whether you have your hypertension treated is good, still not a strong predictor. Whether you're lean or overweight, you can stop feeling guilty about this because it's only in third place. How much exercise you get is next, still only a moderate predictor. Whether you've had a cardiac event and you're in rehab and exercising, getting higher now. Whether you've had a flu vaccine. Did anybody here know that having a flu vaccine protects you more than doing exercise? Whether you were drinking and quit, or whether you're a moderate drinker, whether you don't smoke, or if you did, whether you quit. And getting towards the top predictors are two features of your social life. First, your close relationships. These are the people that you can call on for a loan if you need money suddenly, who will call the doctor if you're not feeling well, or who will take you to the hospital, or who will sit with you if you're having an existential crisis, if you're in despair. Those people, that little clutch of people, are a strong predictor, if you have them, of how long you'll live. And then something that surprised me, something that's called social integration. This means how much you interact with people as you move through your day. How many people do you talk to? And these mean both your weak and your strong bonds. So not just the people you're really close to who mean a lot to you, but like, do you talk to the guy who every day makes you your coffee? Do you talk to the postman? Do you talk to the woman who walks by your house every day with her dog? Do you play bridge or poker or have a book club? Those interactions are one of the strongest predictors of how long you live. Now this leads me to the next question. If we now spend more time online than on any other activity, including sleeping, we're now up to 11 hours a day, 1 hour more than last year, by the way. Does it make a difference? Why distinguish between interacting in person and interacting via social media? Is it the same thing as being there if you're in contact constantly with your kids through text, for example? Well, the short answer to the question is no, it's not the same thing. Face-to-face contact releases a whole cascade of neurotransmitters. And like a vaccine, they protect you now in the present and well into the future. So simply making eye contact with somebody, shaking hands, giving somebody a high five is enough to release oxytocin, which increases your level of trust, and it lowers your cortisol levels. So it lowers your stress. And dopamine is generated, which gives us a little high, and it kills pain. It's like a naturally produced morphine. Now, all of this passes under our conscious radar, which is why we conflate online activity with the real thing. But we do have evidence now, fresh evidence, that there is a difference. So let's look at some of the neuroscience. Elizabeth Redkay, a neuroscientist at the University of Maryland, tried to